Alright, so we've been playing a lot with eggs today, quite a lot with eggs today, maybe too much with eggs today. So what we're going to do is we're going to play some more with some eggs today. Today, what I'm going to do with eggs today is I'm going to today challenge you to do some egg things. It's probably enough of that. Okay, the humble egg. We've had a look at it already. Listening to this one? You want to be thrown off a balcony? Really? That sounds like a bad idea. You want me to protect you? Ah, well, how about if I don't protect you, but I ask somebody else to protect you? Good idea. All right, now I've worked out which one of my eggs is the boiled egg and which one is the not boiled egg. I can do something with it, and you guys can have a bit of fun with this one at home as well. It's the egg drop challenge. You would have heard of it. You may have even done it. Now, there's a couple of designs that you guys can use. You can come up with your own and do things like that. But I've laid out the challenge here at home and had a couple of designs suggested by my daughters who put some things together as well. Now, Abby over here is going to explain her design first, which is here. Okay, she's relying on a parachute basically. Do you want to explain or do you want me to?
I think this may work because if it spreads out, it may be able to shoot the air through the hole and be able to flatten out and slow down the egg.
So what she's doing is she's using the idea of air resistance, okay, which is going to actually, the air has to get out of the way somehow. So she's got this parachute which is saying, no, you can't go anywhere, air, you have to stay here, which is going to slow down the descent of the egg as it goes down. Now, Evie, do you want to come out front of the camera and explain this, or you want to do it from there?
Do it.
Okay, Evie, you've decided that you like the idea of a hot air balloon, haven't you? Okay, now this is a hot air balloon. We know that hot air balloons fly. Okay, they actually go up. They don't fall, they go up. Now this has a little basket at the bottom where our egg sits in. It's got strings which keep that nice and level, and a balloon is nice and light, right? And that's going to drop it. And just as an end demonstration, I'll show you something at the end. Okay, let's see how the balloon works. The idea of a hot air balloon slowing down the descent. Oh, that didn't sound good at all. We can tell just straight away that that egg is quite secondhand. Hot air balloon has one thing going for it that we didn't even discuss in this one. We call it a hot air balloon because hot air is lighter than cold air, which means that the balloon actually rises because of the temperature of the air, not the shape of the balloon. I'm sorry, egg. Is that a happy face? This is the face of a very worried person who has dwindling confidence in their experiment here. You ready to drop? 3, 2, 1, go! Now, I didn't like the sound that made, but I did like the way that slowed down. Oh.
Emma's got it!
No. Alright, now we've seen those ones work, okay? Or not work. We're not entirely sure of how well that went, but this here is a bit of a cheap one, okay? This is using a different principle altogether. We're not going to try and slow down the egg as it falls. What we're going to try and do is distribute the force when it falls. It can fall rather hard, but hopefully this will be enough to protect it when it does eventually. 3, 2, 1. All right, it does not take a doctor to realize that has not gone well. All right, well, as you can see, science doesn't always work, but it does. Basically, the thing that we've done there is we've done things a little bit half jobbish, and we haven't gone the full extent of things. The balloon would have worked if we'd used, say, something bigger and hot air, something much lighter than air that would have either slowed down the descent or made it go upwards. Or if we were to have done the parachute technology, that could have worked. If we put a little bit of padding in the bottom of that egg cup there, we would have found that it would have been fine essentially. Because it did slow the descent down. The padding, there wasn't enough padding, which meant that it didn't actually survive. So you can tweak these things a little bit, but I reckon you guys give it a go, see what you can get in terms of making an egg survive, And to finish it off, here's a couple of shots of what happens if we use a hard-boiled egg and a raw egg and nothing else. Thank you and good night. Good night.